Some mornings change everything.
The first time Luke saw Clara,
Morning, Clara.
she was buying flour, coffee, and lamp oil at the general store. She smiled at everyone the same way. Never too long, never too little. In a town where people noticed everything.
Easy, boy.
She somehow made herself easy to overlook.
That should hold.
Luke lived alone on a modest cattle ranch a few miles outside town. His days followed the same pattern. Feed the horses, mend fences, ride the pasture,
Good morning.
return home before sunset. He believed a steady life was enough. They met again at Sunday church, then at the blacksmith shop,
I hope
and
so.
later at the autumn harvest
may go
picnic.
together.
Their conversation stayed simple. I hear your ranch grows every year, Clara said. It grows slowly, Luke answered. That's good enough for me. She nodded. Slow things usually last. By spring they were married. Friends filled the small church with wildflowers gathered from nearby fields. They built an ordinary life together, sharing chores, quiet meals, and evenings on the porch while the sun disappeared behind distant hills. Still, Luke noticed small things that never quite fit. Clara always looked toward the road whenever horses approached. She refused to travel east to the next county, even when supplies were cheaper there. If strangers asked too many questions, she found a reason to leave the room. Luke wondered, but he never asked. Everyone carried pieces of yesterday. They preferred to leave alone. One rainy afternoon, Luke rode into the neighboring county to buy fencing wire while waiting outside the sheriff's office. He noticed an old wanted poster hanging crooked beside the door. The faded drawing stopped him cold. The woman in the picture looked younger, but there was no mistake. Clara, across the top, large letters read, $50,000 reward, wanted for the murder of Samuel Briggs. Luke folded the memory into silence and rode home before dark. That evening, Clara noticed something different. You've hardly spoken, she said quietly. I'm tired. She studied him for a moment, but didn't press further. Neither of them slept well. For 3 days, Luke said nothing. He watched Clara laugh with neighbors, feed stray chickens, and stitch a torn blanket by the window. None of it matched the woman described on the poster. Finally, he placed a folded paper on the kitchen table. She closed her eyes before opening it. I wondered when this day would come. Luke waited. I didn't kill Samuel Briggs, she said, but I was there. Years earlier, Clara had worked as a bookkeeper for Briggs, a wealthy cattle investor known for cheating struggling ranchers. One evening, she discovered records proving he had stolen land through forged contracts. Another ranch hand confronted Briggs. The argument turned violent. Briggs fell, struck his head on a stone step, and died before help arrived. The ranch hand fled. Clara stayed. When deputies arrived, she refused to name the man responsible because he had a wife and 3 young children. She believed the truth would come out eventually. Instead, fear spread faster than facts. The real killer disappeared. The bounty remained. Luke stared at the table. You've been carrying this alone. I thought if I kept moving, one day people would stop looking. Weeks passed in uneasy peace. Then one afternoon, 3 bounty hunters rode onto the ranch. Dusk followed behind their horses. The oldest rider unfolded the same worn poster. We're taking her. Luke stepped onto the porch. She isn't running. Doesn't matter, the hunter replied. The reward still stands. Clara quietly walked outside. I'm tired of hiding. Luke looked at her, then at the men waiting beside the gate. For the first time in years, Clara looked relieved. Luke saddled his horse. I'll ride with you. At the county courthouse, an elderly retired deputy recognized Clara immediately. I've waited years for someone to ask the right questions, he said. Boxes of forgotten records were opened. Old witness statements resurfaced. The forged land documents were finally matched to Briggs's business ledger. One surviving witness admitted the truth. The charges against Clara were dismissed before sunset. The bounty was removed. Neighbors welcomed them home with handshakes and warm meals. Yet something had quietly changed. Clara no longer checked every rider passing the ranch, but she still woke before dawn some mornings, sitting alone on the porch until daylight reached the fields. Luke joined her without speaking. Neither believed the lost years could be returned.
Yes.
They simply watched another sunrise together, grateful they no longer had to spend it hiding.